Northeast has embraced religious diversity. Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism are the main religions apart from their indigenous beliefs. In 1947, Assam included Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Mizoram and Meghalaya. Assam was divided into several smaller states, but the Nagas were reluctant to join India, and the Naga movement began in the early 1950s. The states of Nagaland, Mizoram and Meghalaya were formed between 1960 and 1970, and Arunachal Pradesh also followed suit.
When you talk about Naga story, the Naga nationalist group, the undergrounds, then the overgrounds, the question of integration and boundary disputes of Assam. Of course, other states also have that problem. But I tell you, it's not my creation or your creation. You know the history. 1960, 16-point agreement, which created the statehood of Nagaland. In the clause 12, it mentioned about transfer of reserve forest and areas to Nagaland, the new state. And in clause 13, it is written about integration of Naga contiguous area. Because of that history, we inherit the legacy of the dispute, of the quarrel. And that's why we always talk about solution to the Naga political issue. If issue is resolved, all these integration, boundary dispute or insurgencies, all will be finished.
The identity politics of the Northeast is the result of a conflict over land, job opportunities and cultural identity.
Identity is something very personal. It's like religion. My identity is second to none. The same way, if you look at South India and you don't say the whole of South is not driven by identity politics. Even in 2014, you have a Dravidian party which comes out and opposes Sri Lankan president's visit to India. So identity politics will remain. The point is, it should not be negative. It should be taken in a positive light. And how we as stakeholders in political parties try to make the best out of it, that's the most important thing, rather than rejecting the concept of identity completely. What is identity politics? Identity politics has largely come post-1950. Before that, you haven't had many riots. Before that, you haven't had many political problems. The problems eventually came about when we bought in too much of identity politics too soon without actually looking at the merits or demerits of the matter. Now, let's take the case of Manipur. You have a complete divide between hill and valley. Now, that wasn't the case post-1950. So we have to address historical problems, and identity politics in Northeast is largely due to historical problems. So you need to have stability. You need to have entrepreneurship coming up. Entrepreneurship can only come up if you have enough infrastructure. Right now, from whatever I've seen from any government, whether it's UPA or NDA or any government before that, investment has come in terms of festivals. I'm seeing investment in terms of quality education, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of airports, in terms of railway stations, in terms of educational academic institutions. Only then will we be able to produce quality, which then can cater to investments. Because I think the only way Northeast can go ahead is through tourism. I think all solutions are economic. People politicize it to make it political. Out of economic isolation, out of lack of employment, lack of opportunities, political parties, regardless of any ideology, make it an issue. So economic issues have to be addressed first. Only then will you have political maturity for the MPs to come out with quality.
I want all of us to support one another, resolve issues. We should collectively take up issues together as Northeast, long terms, short term also. We have our any common problems, state specific problems, ethnic problems, so many problems. But if we come together and if we understand, respect one another, I think we can live in peace, coexist, and live in harmony. And we can progress like anybody. Our youth, particularly, they want to be not only a citizen of a state or of a town or village. They want to be a citizen, a global citizen. Therefore, our slogans is regional in character, national in outlook, and to act globally.
The rich ethnic and cultural identity of the Northeast was visible at the International Spikmakke Convention at IIT Madras in the second week of June that featured music of the Ao Naga tribes. Performing were the famed Mokok Chong choir from Nagaland. 22 students of the Nagaland Conservatory of Music showcased the vibrant oral musical tradition.
All of us, we had the zeal and we had the passion for not only choral music, but also folk songs and folk fusions and all, because we were aware that we need to preserve our culture, we need to preserve our folk songs and our folk traditions and all. So we had that zeal. Keeping in that mind, Libuk Marsitir just came back from Philippines and then he started this choir. And then all of us, again, we were like, somehow we were all involved in different churches, local churches. We were like choir members or we were singers. So we came together, and then that's how we formed this. That's how we started this chancel choir.
Songs are the main sources for us, for the Nagas, because it's sort of a big file, piles of files, hidden under the songs. And through the songs, through the tunes, we still remember those songs throughout the generations and without even a single mistake, And so it's still intact. It's still intact. And so it is in the purest form still till today. And that's how we are preserving our Naga culture and events, other events, historical events through the songs.